Okay, is everybody there? Can you guys see me, hear me? Alright, so we're about to get started, and today I have a special guest with me. His name is Joshua, and we're just going to be doing some drawing lessons, and he's going to be helping us out and like talking, and we're going to be acting silly the whole time. So that'll be more fun. You there, Joshua? Okay. So we're going to see how this works. And look, I have one viewer. I've never had that before. Okay. Um, so Joshua, let's see. Can anybody hear you? For one thing.
What?
Can anybody hear you?
Sorry. What?
Can Can anybody hear you?
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah. Talk. Speak.
Okay.
Alright, so I think looking at the little meters and stuff, I think that Joshua is coming out loud enough. So we'll just go ahead and get started. What is the first thing you want to draw today, Joshua?
A snake.
A snake. I knew it would be a snake. Let me get my drawing journal. Oh, well, okay, yeah, this will work. Okay, so I've explained this before on previous videos that the way that I do the live videos is a way that like my drawings are going to be backwards. I'll flip my drawings every once in a while so that you guys can see them and like but I think it's pretty easy usually to follow along. And I don't actually know any other way of doing this because I'm really kind of still in the early stages of uh, my channel, so I don't have very pro software or anything like that. So I hope you guys don't mind. But looking for my pencil. So we're gonna draw a snake. And what type of snake, Joshua?
A cobra.
A cobra. Okay. We'll see if we can make like a unique type of cobra or something. Oh, I know what we'll do. Yeah, okay. We'll like this. I'm still looking for my pencil. Oh, here it is. And here's my other drawing journal too. You guys like the fish? I drew these fish. They're cool. Alright. So we're gonna draw a cobra that is hanging out in a tree. You still watching, Joshua?
I am.
Alright, cool. So this cobra, we're gonna start by drawing a tree limb first. So we're gonna we're just gonna blocking it in in case you guys haven't heard that in some of my other videos. Just means you're getting the basic shape of what you're drawing so that you can fill in the details later. So I'm just drawing a couple of lines across the paper, and they're gonna kind of bend right here. This is gonna be my tree limb, and kind of come up right here. And as you can see, at each bend, it gets a little bit smaller, and it gets a little bit smaller, like kind of tapers down at like as it kind of goes further. And then I'm just gonna have it going off of the page. It gets kind of small right there. There's gonna be like some twigs coming out like right there, branching off. And I'll have like a little stump of a limb right here at this joint. What are you doing, Joshua? Sounds like a screaming goat inside the phone. You guys ever heard screaming goats? They sound so hilarious. It sounds like a human screaming, but it's actually a goat. It is so funny.
It sounds like a human?
Yeah, it sounds like a human when a goat screams. And this is real.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna start blocking in the cobra. And I guess this will be like a tree cobra or something. We're gonna have it like wrapped around the tree trunk, and then like the tail come down, and then the head will come down right here. And oh, I'm sorry, you guys couldn't see everything. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so first we're gonna draw the like the midsection of the cobra wrapping around the tree. So we're just gonna block it in like this. And like the tail come down, and then the head will come down right here. So we're gonna draw like a square right there, and then we're gonna start to make the different folds. Just they look like bumps. And you can see that the middle one is the biggest because that's where kind of the body gets thick. You still there, Joshua? What? Oh, okay. And then the last fold is going to be a little bit smaller, and it's going to be coming down like this, like that. Okay, so that's the body, and then there's another fold that's going to be coming down like that. So this is where the head comes off. We're going to have it kind of bending up, and this is where the tail is, and it's just going to kind of thin out and go back up to up here. So it's going to be following, the curves are going to be following the tree branch. And so we'll just start to kind of get more details into here. So are you guys seeing the my drawing pretty well? Is it coming up pretty dark on the screen, Joshua?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So Joshua is actually on the phone right now, and he's also watching live. So we're just seeing how this works out, seeing if it works, and if not, we'll do another video with him on the chat box thing. All right, so this is where Contour comes in. You guys remember that video that I did of Contour the robot? These are going to look like macaroni noodles, a little bit. It's very rounded. There's a little bit of overlap from right here to right there, and from right here to right there. And we're curving this. We're not making it straight because it's following the trunk of the tree, if that makes sense. Then the other one is going to come around here like that. We'll see a little bit of the underside of it. We'll just make something like that right there. And then the tail comes down right there. We're going to go ahead and erase this because that doesn't look quite right. We're going to keep this line right here. All right, now for the head. the head's going to be coming down like this, and then coming back up right here. And here's going to be the hood of the cobra, and it's going to be leading out into the head right there. And right now, you guys, I did a lesson already of the cobra, and I showed you kind of mostly how to make the head and the hood. We're not going to do quite as much detail as I did in that lesson. We're just going to draw that main oval, and then we're going to draw the two fan things, like these two things coming out. And there's our head. And so now we're not gonna take the back of the head to right there. Oh, actually we are. Never mind. So right here, there's going to be a little bit more contour because the belly of the snake isn't flat, is it? It has a little bit of curve to it. And right here, it's going to be coming out again and leading back up to the branch. Like that. You guys play around with this. Don't be afraid to make changes to your drawing. I apologize it's been so long since I've done a video. I've been working on some more of those time-lapse videos because I know everybody likes those. I like those, and I like doing those, and lots of people like seeing those. So I've been working on doing some more of those, but I haven't got to it yet. I've been practicing what I have. I have been practicing what I am going to draw, though. So we're just going to keep on adding a little bit more shape to the cobra's head. And we're going to have the nostril up here. I don't think cobras actually have like real nostrils, but you know, there's that Jackson's organ. Or what is it, Joshua? You probably know this.
Jacobson's organ.
Jacobson's. Yeah, I used to know that. Like I used to know that all that by heart. But thank you, Joshua. He is a snake expert and enthusiast, and I'm a snake expert and enthusiast to a lesser scale. So.
Thanks, Asher.
So Jacobson's organ looks like a nostril, and actually I don't think cobras have them, do they? It's only pit vipers, right, Joshua?
I'm pretty sure all snakes have them.
Okay, well I could be wrong about that. Seems like only pit vipers have that. I don't know. We'll have to look that up now. Okay. Now it looks cool, but you know there's something missing. I don't. I think it's the position of the head looks weird. So we're gonna do a little bit of 3D work, and we're gonna have the head kind of looking a little bit at us. So we're gonna have, instead of the head going completely sideways, we're gonna have it kind of coming like this. I think that'll kind of fix the problem. And yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so now we're just gonna kind of do the same steps that are in my video and that we did before. Gonna have to kind of redo the neck a little bit, and it's okay if some of it overlaps some of the other work that we did, because you know, we can erase that. We're using pencils. I hope you guys are using pencil because I'm using pencil, but I'm kind of I'm best at using a pencil, and I haven't really tried very much else. So that's probably not the best habit to have. So you guys should you should try to use as many different types of utensils, or you should pens, and there's paintbrushes, and all that. You should try to use as much of that as you can. I'm struggling a little bit with this right now. So don't feel bad at all if it's not coming out like mine, or uh if it doesn't look right. This is the type of stuff that you really need to practice a lot. There, I think that shape looks pretty good. Okay, so this part right here is where the eye comes in. Like, it's the eye is right behind there. And we'll have a little bit of the back of the hood right there coming in. How does this look, Joshua? Is it looking pretty good so far?
Looks pretty good to me.
Cool. Alright, like I said, this isn't going to be perfect, because I haven't practiced this position very much. So it's definitely not going to be perfect. Okay, I think we've done enough on the head so far. Just need to fill in a little bit of the details. Now, I am curious to know, though, Joshua, how far behind is the video but like, and how close is it to the what I'm actually saying right now on the live feed?
Well, I turned the volume off on the video because it was kind of confusing me.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit. Well, I'm just like watching it without sound.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I am curious to know about that, though, because that would confuse me too.
Yeah.
I wish it was like instant, like a lot of things are these days.
How do you draw that good?
I don't know. Lots of practice.
It's awesome.
Thanks. Alright, you guys can see that I'm totally just playing around with my Cobra, and that's what you guys should do too until you get it right. If you were using a pen instead of erasing, you would just kind of start a new drawing, or just kind of start doing like the head and stuff first. And then once you get the head down, that's when you start, make your new professional drawing. That's probably a really good way to do it. But I'm lazy, so I didn't do it that way. All right. So now that we've gotten like the main shape and position of and everything, we can start adding details, cleaning up, and then we'll move on to shading. So we're going to draw the scales. The scutes is what these bottom scales are called. And okay, so they're going to match up like pretty much perfectly. And then they're going to go down to the side of the snake right there, and then blend in to blend into the like to the outline of the snake. Does this snake look like a girl to anybody else? Should I have like eyelashes or something? Because it looks like a girl. I don't know why.
What? I don't know why I think it looks like a girl.
I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. Okay. So these are the scutes. They're just scales that are kind of long and skinny, and they go down the bottom of the snake, and that's how snakes move around. If anybody ever wonders how snakes get around, they use these scutes. and I'm not exactly sure how they use these scoots to get around. Joshua, do you know?
I don't know exactly how they use them to get around, but
Yeah. Okay.
you're doing a good job.
Thanks. I like drawing. So basically, if any of you guys think you have like some talent in drawing, the best thing that you can do is practice and surround yourself with people that think that you are good at drawing, because they will help you to get better at drawing. And just lots of practice also. All right, so now it's time to start cleaning the drawing up. And what that means is you kind of make lines, you like erase lines that you didn't use, like the you can see a little bit of the tree going through right there. I don't want that, so I erase that, because overlapping, we can't have transparent snakes, right? So we don't want to see the tree and the snake. We just want to see the snake and then the tree underneath the snake where the snake isn't. And so if you're not happy with any of the lines you made, cleaning up is the time that you can kind of go over them and erase them and stuff like that. So this is also like the time to make your lines darker, and that's what you can see I'm doing right here. Just kind of make them darker, and then like find the right place for them, make them real dark, and then erase all the other lines that you made. That's essentially what cleaning up is. Okay, and when you're happy with your lines, you can move on to shading, and I'll get into that in a minute. But I still haven't completed the tree, so we're gonna make this nice and dark and go around. Oops. I don't really have a specific way to hold your pencil. I think there's lots of different ways that can work for anybody. Oh, and me and Joshua have news also about a channel that hopefully we'll be making pretty soon. It's still kind of up in the air with Joshua's parents and stuff, but hopefully we're going to be making like a nature channel.
Yeah.
And it'll be kind of a joint channel. Both me and Joshua will be putting videos on it. Some joint videos together. We both really like snakes and nature and bugs and stuff like that. So if any of you are a fan of that type of stuff, then this is the channel for you. I've kind of wanted a channel like this for a long time. I've also kind of wanted to do a channel like this for a long time. And so this is kind of the we're gonna see how it works out, and we're gonna try it as long as there's an okay from both of our parents. So if you guys like that type of stuff, this is the channel for you. And you guys can come on and see what we catch, and we'll probably put some facts about different animals, and just kind of a two-person vlog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With lots of snakes and lizards and spiders.
Yeah, stuff like that. Spiders, insects, and when we go on crawfish, we'll probably be making. Crawfish. When we go camping, we'll probably be making videos, and we'll probably make videos of like not only when we catch them, like after we catch them, we'll probably also be making videos while we catch them. Some of those won't be very successful, but you know, that's okay. Those can still be fun videos of people failing to try to catch stuff. Okay, I've about cleaned everything up. And so now we'll move on to shading. Let me get my Stompy. Anybody that does not have a Stompy, you need to get one. If you're serious about drawing, this is a thing that you need to do, that you need to use for shading. They are awesome. You can use your thumb, but it's messy and it doesn't look quite as good. Like, you can't get as much, as professional results, with your thumb. So I use Stompies. The actual term for them is stump. Basically what they do, I've explained this in other videos, but basically what they do is, oh, watch this. I'll move my paper over a little bit, and I'll just make it some lead, like a big blotch of lead. And I'll take my Stompy, and I'll go over it, and you can see that the different pencil strokes kind of start to blend together, and that's one of the main things that Stompies do. Another thing that Stompies do is after you do that, they kind of soak up the lead, if you guys can see. So then you can do that and make, it's really good for shadow. So a lot of times when you're using a Stompy, you will you'll have to decide where your sun's going to be coming from. Mine's going to be coming from the top left corner right there, and kind of going down like that. So I'm going to take my pencil first of all, and I'm just going to add a little bit of lead very lightly on the other side of the snake. And it's okay if it's not perfect. Pretty much the whole hood of the snake is going to be shaded because of the way that it's facing.
That looks so good.
Thank you. Okay, now we're going to take my stomp, and we're going to blend it. So press harder at the beginning, and then press less hard at the end. So I'm going to press really hard right here. And then I'm going to start pressing a little bit less hard as I get to the more close to the sun part. Oh, and I forgot one part. You're gonna see this coil going around the other side of the tree branch. There. That looks a little bit better. That was bothering me. Whenever something's not right about my drawing, it bothers me until I find out what it is, and then I fix it, and it usually looks a lot better. And that part's going to be really dark. Also, the sun's coming from this way, right? So this part of the branch on the other side of this coil is going to be in shadow. Okay, Also a little bit of the bottom. I know this is a lot of shading, but seriously, we're on a snake, and a snake that's wrapped around a tree, so there's going to be a lot of shading with that. Because it's circular, and you know, it's a circular thing going around a circular thing. So there's going to be a whole lot of shading. All right. Now we're going to move on to this coil. There will be less shading to do with this one. And I need to add a little...
Where can you find Stompies?
I got this pack from eBay. You can a lot of times you can find them also in... Oh, sorry. In case you didn't hear Joshua, he asked where you could find Stompies, and I was explaining that I found this pack on eBay. You can also find them in some drawing kits. You can find them in a lot of different places, like especially like eBay and Amazon and stuff like that. So I went to eBay when I looked for these. And so if that answers your question, Joshua,
yes, thank you.
No problem. Okay. Sorry if my voice squeaks.
Your voice squeaks?
Yeah, sometimes my voice just squeaks. It's kind of annoying.
I guess it's changing.
Yeah, it's changing. Okay.
I feel like mine's just getting squawky.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably going through a little change too. You're probably starting that too.
I can really tell when I sing.
Yeah. All right. Can you guys hear Joshua? Joshua, do you wanna turn the volume back up on your thing? I'll stop talking for a minute. Do you want to turn the volume back up and see if you can hear yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably going through a little change too. It's probably through there too. I think like on this video it's like
kind of hard to hear.
Well, okay, so like I think this video is like a couple seconds behind or something.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So can you hear, like, can you make out the words that you're saying?
Actually haven't heard. Well, I've had it turned down most of the videos, so I don't think I've heard my voice on it.
Okay. Let's see. Maybe you can talk a little bit louder, and I'll put you closer to the laptop, and so hopefully you guys can hear him. If not, well, then I got nothing. Anyways, hopefully it will be easier for you to hear him now, since I put him a little bit closer. Now, hopefully you're hearing them the whole time. It'd be kind of weird if I was just sitting there talking and he's like, wait, does he have an imaginary friend named Joshua or something?
Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah, that would be weird.
They might think you're going crazy.
How do you know I'm not? Do you exist, Joshua?
What?
Do you exist?
I think so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me too. Okay, that's just us acting weird. Get used to it. Okay, now we're gonna have to start shading the underside of the tree. because the sun is coming from the top. Like, it's kind of coming from a little bit at the top, if you know what I mean. So we're going to shade from the bottom of the tree, and we're going to keep on going down. Okay, and we're going to shade the bottom of this twig. And that's about all we need to do. So if this is one, we'll clean it up a little bit after we shade. That's always a good idea. So usually you need to kind of clean it up before you shade and after you shade. So that's what we're doing right now. So hopefully pretty soon, me and Josh are going to get together, and then we can actually do a video where he's here in person, unless he doesn't exist.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
I might not exist.
Yeah, he might not. Okay. And so I actually, look at the bottom of my hand. If you can see, I got all sorts of pencil lead on it. So I've been rubbing that on the paper, and you usually don't really notice until you start erasing on the paper, and then there's a big difference. So I'm just gonna erase that on there. And I'm gonna change this eye a little bit. I don't really like the eye. That looks a little bit better. Okay, so if this is one of your favorite works of art, then you always should sign it. Now, this, I don't want to sign that. That's not one of my best pieces. So I don't really want my name to go with that. So I'm going to sign my Cobra, though, because I really like my Cobra, and I think I did a pretty good job with it. So if you guys did a good job with your Cobra, then you should sign it. Oh, and I always encourage creativity.
Awesome job.
Thanks, Joshua. I always encourage creativity. So, like, if you like see something that I did wrong with mine, or if you want to add a detail, if you want the little tongue coming out, then you definitely add it. Like, that's really good practice to follow along somebody else's drawing and kind of add your own things. That's pretty much how I learned to draw. So hopefully you guys like your drawing, and if you do, sign it. And that was actually a really long lesson. I didn't actually mean for that one drawing to be so long, but it was so long that I think that's about all the time we have for today. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. And bye. And the inexisting Joshua says bye too. See y'all.
Yeah.